I'm sure you guys saw this fight. And for you guys who tell me that this wasn't rigged, then the joke is on you. Each one just made $300 million a pop. Do you understand how much money that is? To fight, to do that joke? The joke is on you. You really think AJ wouldn't have knocked him out the first round if it wasn't rigged? And you really think they would have got to the 6th round and a technical knockout? And Jake Paul following around like it's a fucking clown show? If that's the case, bring me Anthony Joshua and bring me Jake Paul at the same time and I'll beat both of their asses. I don't even need the money. We'll just do it for the fucking promotion. Bring both of them, have them fight the same fucking way, and I'll knock them the fuck out.
Shut your stupid ass up.
You ever made a decision where you said, from now on, I'm gonna be a better person. I'm gonna be kinder. I'm not gonna pay attention to people who wanna argue. I'm going to just remove myself from a situation. I won't react. I won't beat the fuck out of anybody. You ever had those days where you said, I'm going to be better? And then all of a sudden, God sends you multiple situations in 1 week where the fucking guy comes up to you and says something. And you know you could just fucking snap his neck in half, and you have to hold yourself. You just have to hold yourself because you said you're gonna be a better person. You told God, I made a decision. I'm not gonna do anything that isn't right. I'm gonna be the bigger person. Well, let me tell you, in this past week, since I said, I'm not gonna fucking get into anything with anyone, okay? Someone starts a fight with me at the gym. Someone starts a fight with me at the mall. Someone starts a fight with me at the gas station. And someone comes and annoys the fuck out of me and my wife at the movie theater, where I'm looking at these people and I'm thinking, I could just slit your throat right now. I could just pull that fucking throat of yours out and let you fucking eat it. I could put a bullet through your fucking brain. But I'm the bigger person this week. I'm just the bigger person. And I won't do that. I won't send you to meet God today. I won't. I'll be quiet because I don't want to be a second Wes Watson who's going to face 5 years in prison because he beat the fuck out of some black guy at the gym. That's not gonna be me. The internet ain't gonna get the chance to laugh at me and say, look at that fucking emotional roller coaster saying he's a stoic man, but he had a fucking emotional breakdown. A meltdown. That's not gonna be me. I'm a better man, and I hope you are as well.
We still get a laugh over you, princess. You just need to post something, and we're laughing. The content writes itself. And if you're constantly fantasizing about killing people who annoy you, I wouldn't call that stoic. That's not self-control or being a better person. That's having violent, intrusive thoughts that you should probably talk to a professional about. Real stoicism is not getting angry in the first place, not fantasizing about murder daily and then congratulating yourself for not acting on it. The bar for self-control shouldn't be, I only think about killing people, but don't actually do it. Bragging about your restraint while detailing graphic violence fantasies isn't the flex you think it is. That's concerning behavior disguised as discipline.
Here's a lesson that took me a very long time to understand. But today, as a grown man, it has helped me so much in my life. And that lesson comes from my dad. You know, my whole life, my dad treated me like shit. Growing up, I remember every single morning, my dad would come wake me up and tell me, hey, piece of shit, get the fuck up, get to fucking work. I'm like, what fucking work? I'm 6. Go clean the yard, go take out the trash. And after I take out the trash, I come back home and my dad will tell me, you know what? You're nothing but a piece of shit. You will never be nothing better than this 0. You see this 0 right here? It'll be nothing better than that. He'd kick me when he'd want to. He'd push me when he'd want to. He'd close me up in my room, turn off the lights, tell me that I'm not allowed to turn them back on for the next 2 days. He kicked me out of the fucking house when I was 17. First time when I was 13. Treated me like absolute shit. And look what came out of me. Now with that, within the years, I realized that was all tough love. He actually loved me and he wanted me to be one tough motherfucker. And guess what? He succeeded, because in the last 2 years, I've been called all the craziest names. People tell me that I'm a disgusting Jew, that I need to go die, that me and Israel need to burn, that Hitler didn't even finish his job, he should come back to kill me. King Azula is a piece of shit. Everybody's telling me they're coming to kill me. People are telling me they're gonna beat me the fuck up anytime they're gonna see me, of course. And you know what? Shit's getting out of hand. And so many of them are telling me to get off the internet because I'm a nobody and I'll never be anybody. And if it wasn't for my dad, I would think that's hate. But thanks to my dad, I understand that it's all out of fucking love. Because although they talk all this shit, they're still watching everything that I do. And by watching it, I obviously know that they love me. They just undercover haters that do want to cross the line to become lovers. They just don't know how to do it. So let me teach you. Just come to me. The same way my dad did. Came to me with big white arms, gave me a hug and said, son, I am now proud of you. You could all just write to me that you're proud of me and you're happy for what I'm doing. And I'll forget about all the bullshit because we could all be one happy family. Thank you for all the love and the support. I love you all.
That's not tough love. That's abuse. If that story is true, I am truly sorry for him. He was once just a kid, and no kid should live through that kind of thing. That sounds absolutely horrible. And also the comments regarding his beliefs and references to the Third Reich dictator are something that crosses the line completely. Make fun of him for the stupid actions he did. Point out the lies and criminal charges he has. That's valid criticism. But don't threaten him or attack a whole religion like that. That's wrong, even when Azule is Azule. You can call out his fabricated stories, his backing out of fights, his fake tough guy persona. All of that is fair game because it's about his choices and behavior. But threatening violence or bringing hateful historical references into it crosses into something much darker and unacceptable. If he really experienced that level of childhood abuse, it actually explains a lot about why he creates these elaborate fantasies and constantly needs to prove himself through fabricated stories. Trauma doesn't excuse lying, but it does provide context for why someone might develop those patterns. Criticize the lies and the behavior, but don't lose your humanity in the process.
There's no way you make that much money. How do you have a Bugatti off this shit? Fuck you, dude. You can't even understand what I have. I'm a figment of your imagination compared to what the fuck you guys think. I have $65,000 car payment. Like, I don't even give a fuck. You have so much limitations. I don't have them. So even in an institution, I don't see the walls. I don't see the barriers. I only see the routes, and a dope route is worth millions of dollars.
Bitch, blossom. Chill.
Ooh, you're hard showing off.
Because most people, top of a penthouse like this, 12.5K a month, doing multi-six figures a month, that's the, oh, I made it. Like with the boys, here we are, we made it. I never had an I made it.
I never have either. Most people don't get to this point. Maybe they do feel comfortable, complacent, and maybe that's fine for them, but for me, it's just, I can't.
I hope the world can see now what's really going on out here, because it's getting ridiculous. It's really ridiculous.
Girl, YouTube is insane. My girlfriend sits here and watches these 2-hour videos, no supercars, no edits, no music, no nothing, of chicks just filming themselves on their iPhone in their house, yapping. And I'm like, baby, scroll down. 750,000 views and 3 million subscribers, bro. Talking about nothing, bro. Here I am like, oh, I'm going to fly to the other end of the world and collab with this celebrity. And we're going to make sure that the video is optimized just so we can get 300,000 views and I get 2K new subscribers. And you got whatever founder of Dairy Boy talking for 85 minutes about her breakup with Morgan Wallen in her crib, filmed on an iPhone with the worst lighting you've ever seen. No editing, nothing. And this shit is crushing, bro.
Oh, you poor baby. You think you're running out of time? You're 32 years old or 41 and you think your window closed? You missed your shot? Let this be your reminder. You're not a woman. Time doesn't happen to you. Time happens for you. Genghis Khan was a nobody until midlife, 44 years old. He was an outcast, a slave with zero status. You're not afraid of age. You're afraid of finding out that you made pathetic choices so far. Genghis Khan didn't start conquering China until 47 years old. Everything that made him immortal happened after the age that you're crying about. So if you're breathing, you're still in the game. But if you keep whining about time, someone hungrier and more ambitious will take everything that you wanted. History doesn't reward early starters. It erases all you cowards who hesitate. This is going to probably get me banned, but I have to get it off my chest. Men and women should not eat together at home. Ancient kings understood this instinctively. Men dined with men. They spoke about war, power, bloodlines, how to take land from our sworn enemies in combat. Women ate with women and other children. They spoke about shopping, gossip, who wore what and who felt what. Now look at the West. A man starts mapping out his galactic space empire at dinner, and his wife cuts in to ask if he mixed the black and white socks in the laundry. The moment we started seeding distractions inside the command room and calling it equality, that's when the West started bleeding internally.
That is probably the stupidest thing I've heard from him. Eating with the ones you love is actually great for several reasons. Emotional connection, reduced stress, enhanced nutrition, boosted well-being. Saying women then only talk about whether the man mixed the black with the white socks just shows how he views women. This gets close to incel behavior, ranting about how stupid and plain women are while portraying men as superior. What a clown. If you can't build your galactic space empire because your wife wants to eat dinner with you and might mention laundry, the problem isn't her, it's you having zero ability to balance relationships with ambition. Real successful men manage to have families, eat with their loved ones, and still accomplish their goals. They don't need to segregate meals by gender to stay focused. That's just misogyny disguised as ambition. Enjoy your meals with loved ones. That time together is one of the most valuable things you can have.
You can hate it or love it, but every man should own 2 houses. One house is for women and children, but the second house is for men only. A man who lives full-time in comfort becomes a domesticated worm. You're useless. History didn't build civilizations with men going to IKEA with their lady to feel pillow fabric covers. A man should spend 90% of his time in his second house. He's training, working, becoming a modern warlord. The first house produces ease and comfort. The other produces men who decide how long comfort survives.
Oh, no.
This will shatter your ego in under 40 seconds. The average man has 9,300 generations behind him, and not one of your ancestors got rich. No one patented the wheel. No one made any great inventions at all. 9,300 generations did nothing. That means your bloodline is tens of thousands of years of failures. Meanwhile, empires were built all around you. The Medicis handed down castles. The Orsinis ruled Europe, and you got a dusty quilt from your grandma and student loan payments. That's exactly why you should not rest tonight. If you didn't come from a wealthy bloodline must come from you. Money is being printed out of the sky. You must decide to break generations of pathetic losers and get rich. This is your last chance to justify your sinking last name.
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
A man without money is a man without a voice. You could be the wisest man in the room, but if your pockets are empty, then no one will listen. Even your family and your relatives will begin to disrespect you. So, get up every single day and work like a savage. Fix your finances, because money fights many battles.
No one talk about this, but if you want to be rich, you got to read a lot of books. I'm a bookworm. I'm not playing video games. I'm not talking with fake friends. I'm not, блядь, have party, drinking alcohol, or doing something like this. I'm reading a lot of books and training a lot. That's why, when I was 27 years old, I became a dollar millionaire. Yeah, just блядь guy from Russia. My parents like normal parents. I'm self-made. I made it by myself. Now I'm 32 years old. I'm opening a new business here in Bali right now. I don't selling courses. I just giving you motivation and inspiration. That's it. Bye.
I like this one.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
Some people know how to live better than others with or without money. They just sought out and picked a better person to share their time with. You feel what I'm saying? Even if you sleep in a one-bedroom apartment, then you may be richer than a rich guy. You see what I'm saying? Your life, the fabric of your life and what you're doing and how you feel about yourself at the moment.
50 is absolutely right. It's not about any materialistic goods. It's about you, how you perceive things and what you value. If you are grateful for everything you have and can spend time with the ones you love and who are important to you, you are richer than a billionaire who has no one to talk to and is still miserable because he can't have something right now. That's real wealth. Not the car payments, not the penthouse, not the jewelry, but peace, gratitude, and genuine connections with people who matter. Wealth is not just money. Quality relationships and internal peace are what define real wealth. If you're miserable with millions or peaceful with little, who's actually richer? Don't sacrifice relationships for ambition. Lucas telling men to separate from their families to become warlords is insane. Eating separately from your wife, owning separate houses to avoid becoming domesticated, that's not success. That's isolation disguised as discipline. Material flex means nothing without fulfillment. Wes Watson's $65,000 car payment, luxury penthouses, heavy jewelry, none of that matters if you're empty inside. You can have all of that and still be miserable if you lack peace and genuine connection. Gratitude is everything. If you're grateful for what you have, your health, your relationships, your opportunities, you're already wealthy. If you're constantly chasing more and can't appreciate anything, you'll never feel rich no matter how much you accumulate. Your worth isn't defined by your last name's financial legacy or whether you built an empire. Live a life you're proud of on your own terms. Balance matters more than extremes. You don't need to separate from your family, eat alone, own multiple houses, or become a modern warlord to be successful. You can have ambition and relationships. You can pursue goals and enjoy meals with loved ones. It's not one or the other. Enjoy meals with your loved ones. Time with them is one of the most valuable things you can have in life. Don't sacrifice that for imaginary galactic space empires or trying to prove something to internet strangers. Real wealth is peace, gratitude, and genuine relationships. Real success is building a life you're actually proud of while treating people well. Real strength is balancing ambition with humanity instead of isolating yourself to perform toughness. Take care out there, and remember, you're richer than you think if you have people you love, health to enjoy life, and gratitude for what you have. Don't let fake gurus convince you otherwise while selling you courses on how to be miserable with millions.